Hey guys, what's up? So just to give you a little idea what's going on here, I know there's no viewers yet, but we're just going to get right into it. People can go back and watch the full thing after if they want. I've been playing with this idea for a while of just doing some live streaming for reviews and just general vape talking stuff. I think it's a pretty cool concept. It really at this point serves no purpose other than to just do something in the community for the community kind of thing. My name's Steven. I work here at Silver Dragon Vape Shop, so I just want to give them a shout out for
Employing you.
employing me for one, but also just for giving me an opportunity to be part of their business and part of this community. There's a couple other companies that we're going to give some shout outs to and stuff. Any of the reviews we're going to do, especially at the beginning here, is just going to be random stuff, not requested or anything. So we're not getting anything for this. We don't want anything for this. It's just something that we thought was a cool idea, so we're going to give it a shot. Whenever we do live streams and stuff, it may not necessarily be a review. It might just be us sitting here having a chat, whatever, going about our business during the day and stuff. But so yeah, let's get a little bit of start there. As I said, my name's Steven. This is Justin.
I'm Justin, or as Boom Squad knows me as Crazy Eyes, or some of the vape community will know me as Crazy Eyes. Yeah, no, this is a great idea. I absolutely love this idea for, being able to... People have questions all the time and they don't have time to get into a vape shop or talk to a friend, and, if there happens to be a live feed, i.e. now, somebody pop a question up and we'd be like, oh, I got an answer for that one. And help them right on the spot. Doing reviews is fun and all, but being able just to talk to the community even during a live feed and while we're conducting our day, while you're conducting your day, is a huge benefit. And always vape talk is always fun too. Or not just vape talk, but also just banter, random banter. Doing it with a couple guys in the shop is pretty cool, I think.
And yeah, like I said, I mean, this is all kind of just impromptu. Like I said, I've been thinking about it for a little while, and today I just finally decided why not give it a shot, see what happens. So the setup's just kind of impromptu here, and we're just gonna give it a go and see what happens. So yeah, I mean, again, shout out to Silver Dragon, Shell and Crystal. You guys are awesome. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. I would like to mention Boom Squad and Boom Juice. Sean, I owe you a review, so that's probably one of the first things me and Justin are going to do. It's been a long time coming. You deserve it. So that'll be probably one of the first actual videos we do other than this small introduction. I don't know. What else can we talk about right now? And this is kind of the idea of it too. I mean, we could just be sitting here having a conversation amongst ourselves until somebody pops up because there's still no viewers. But again,
Somebody
brand new
say
idea. So, got anything you want to say?
What else is there to really say, honestly? Other than it's a live feed and, being able to, turn on a live feed of just two guys talking about some random banter bullshit is, I think, pretty cool.
There is somebody else here too. She's trying to be really quiet. I don't know why. I'm not going to point the camera at her or anything, but she's whispering stuff that I can't hear.
What about building coils?
Coil building. I don't build coils. I just twist them and set them and everything. But you're actually more of the coil builder than I am, so.
Well, I mean, coil building is one of those things. I dabble a little bit with just basic Claptons and stuff, but there are some guys out there in the community, some of which are following this page. Again, nobody showed up yet, but I don't expect everybody to jump on it right away. It's kind of just a random thing out of nowhere. So, yeah, I don't know.
And some normal people that come by and just hang out at the shop too.
Yeah.
That's always welcome as well, if you're ever in the area. If you're in Winnipeg or somewhere.
I do also want to mention that we're trying to get the Steinbach vape community going a little bit more here. So we do have a Facebook page for that as well. But I mean, that's been slow going too. I mean, it's sometimes difficult to juggle that kind of stuff and put a lot of effort into that when you're working and focusing on business stuff and that. So but that's something we're looking at. But huge shout out to the Winnipeg vape community. I mean, you guys, I follow a few of the vape groups there, mainly Peg City Cloud Club. There's some excellent community members in there. A lot of guys doing a lot of good stuff. And I think, you know, the more we do as a community in a positive manner, the better we can do for the industry itself. I mean, with the new regulations and stuff that are being drawn up and being proposed and going through for all intents and purposes, it puts everybody in the community in a pretty difficult spot with some of the stuff the way it's written. I think Justin will agree with me on that.
A lot of it is confusing. I know I've had many questions when I read some of these things that have been posted and documents that I've read and stuff. And of course, one of the guys I go to is this guy here, because he has a better understanding of a lot of things. I just hope it really doesn't cause too much kerfuffle on everybody. As long as we can still get our juice, I think that's a win for us. Granted, in my whole opinion on the legislation, it's just bullshit. But like everybody else, they would just simplify it as that way too. But having a community like this, having something like this would even still be probably taken out of the system, so to speak. It may not be allowed, but even if it is for whatever length of time, at least we can have fun doing it.
Yeah, and I guess as far as regulations and stuff go, I mean, I'm not against regulation. I think regulation can be a good thing if it's done properly and managed properly. A lot of which I don't think is happening right now. I think it's a lot of people that don't understand the industry and don't understand the process of vaping and the benefits, which I won't be able to say soon, apparently. But that's personal opinion. It's not a professional opinion or you know, healthcare practitioner opinion. But I mean, the evidence is there, and I think with regulation, the focus, I mean, they want to regulate it as a tobacco product, and I think that's wrong, because it's not. I mean, yes, you're getting your nicotine, but it has really nothing to do with tobacco in the sense of potential risks and stuff. Are there potential risks? Well, obviously. I mean, we're inhaling stuff that we're not meant to really inhale. But even in that said, the stuff that we are using in these products and stuff is, for all intents and purposes, found in almost everything we do in everyday life. So it's one of those things that it's kind of hard to get behind. You know, people saying, you know, this is bad, but it's worse than smoking, stuff like that. But again, back to the original point with regulation, if they're going to regulate it as a tobacco product or under the Tobacco Act, I get it. It makes sense to lump the two together. But I really feel like there should be a subset to this industry. I mean, again, I understand the concepts of harm reduction and stuff, but when you look at some of the new packaging and stuff coming out, especially for like coils, tanks, you know, having to label those saying may contain nicotine, I think is just blatantly wrong. I mean, I understand too that labeling doesn't always necessarily stop people, but you know, when you have to label a product may contain nicotine when in reality that product could never contain nicotine. You know, somebody could use a zero nic juice. You know, it makes no sense to me. I feel like it's kind of scare tactics, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So.
You know, like instead of working, because it seems like they're working against us, not wanting to work with us to make sure that we have a healthy alternative. You know, like to work with us, for example. You know, you go out here, the 7-Eleven out here, for example, they've taken down their big smoke display for their cigarettes. Okay, that's kind of giving us a kick in the ass to do something like that as well. Get rid of the tobacco products, fine. Okay, well, what if we were to get rid of? No offense to you guys out there that do tobacco blends and stuff, but do one of them better. Take the tobacco products off the shelf, like the tobacco e-juice. But you know, but then you got to compromise with other people as well.
Yeah, I think juice, especially with the regulations, is a really hit and miss thing. It's, I mean, they talk about removing flavors and this and that, and the whole concept of the industry targeting kids. I've just always felt that was just an easy way out, if you know what I mean. Like
A cop-out.
you can stand up and say, well, it's targeting children, and then you really have to not explain anything else, because people get behind that right away. It's, oh well, it's about the kids. I don't feel it's ever been about targeting kids, regardless of flavors being, you know, cheesecakes, candies, stuff like that. You know, I'm a 35-year-old guy, and I like cheesecake. I like rocket candies. I like, you know, pop flavors. I mean, there's the list goes on and on and on. So I think, you know, I can maybe get behind packaging a little bit, you know, but even that said, you know, a lot of guys put a lot of effort and time into designing a marketing scheme, a package, a label, to make their juice stand out. And now we're taking that away from those people. If that makes sense.
Yeah, well, it does, because, you know, either you look at some of the ones that, like, obviously you can look at some of the labeling and be like, okay, well, that label I can understand, but then you look at another label that's just basic, and you'd be like, well, how does that appeal to kids? You like, it really bugs me, because a lot of these people making the decisions don't even do this. I've never even touched one. I've never even picked one up. I've never even sat down and actually learned about this thing. They're only going by why, and what the big tobacco companies and everybody else are saying. I smoked for 18 years, 4 days using one of these, and I quit smoking. Haven't touched one since. Tell me that it doesn't work. Tell me that it's not less harmful. I feel 1,000 times better than I did when I smoked, and it's only been 16, 17 months. I think that's a win in my books.
Absolutely, and I agree. Like, it's a cop out. It's just a scare tactic. It's an easy way out to not have to explain anything. When reality being is, you know, over the last few years, as vaping has grown and become more mainstream, you know, the evidence is there. The evidence is there. I mean, anybody that's watched a Billion Lives documentary, you know, it didn't necessarily focus, in my opinion anyway, it didn't necessarily focus on the vape exclusively. It was more of a focus on what the tobacco industry did from start to finish, and where they're at now with, you know, the master settlement plan and stuff. But it does have a lot of really good information. So if you have an opportunity to check it out, I would definitely check it out, because even for somebody that's been vaping for a very long time, there's a lot of information in that documentary that, you know, somebody might just say, well, I never knew that, or I never thought of it that way. But this is where we're at in the industry right now. I mean, it's kind of almost a sink or swim situation for the industry itself. I mean, what happens if these regulations are essentially completely against us? I mean, where do we go from there? For me, I mean, there's always a way, and a lot of community members have said that, you know, this started as an underground kind of movement, and if this happens, it'll just return to that. And it's fine and good to say, but for a lot of everyday normal people, being able to carry on with it underground in that sense, it's not as easy as it is for some other people. Anyway, that I think got a little deeper than just an introduction, but
it gives you an idea of topics, discussions,
Yeah.
things that we're gonna basically do.
yeah,
say.
I want to kind of treat this as like an open forum. So if people have ideas of some topics or stuff that they want to talk about, you know, message the page, make a post on the page, do stuff like that, and we're just, you know, we're kind of doing this for fun, but at the same time, it's kind of for the community as well. So I think that's about all I have for this first one, and I think we'll see you guys later when we get some reviews and stuff up. Have a good one. Stay cloudy.